Actually, The Farewell, My Concubine, when it was awarded by Cannes Festival as the best film and also nominated for the Oscar, certainly everybody knowing what is the Peking opera. Of course, The Farewell, My Concubine, the story is about the king and the queen at that time called concubine. So the king actually could be in many formats. For example, the Peking opera king, or maybe the king of instruments, which is a piano. So that's why I think a piano with the concubine, with the queen, cross the media, instrument and the voice, and opera and piano, but meanwhile, East and West. So I think the piano as the king is the best choice. The water basin actually in the Farewell, My Concubine served as the tears of the Buddha, because before she is going to farewell to the king, actually she doesn't want to leave. So that's why in that dance and singing moment, and I don't know how to express that kind of a farewell loneliness, and she really doesn't want to say farewell to the king. So here I using the water as the tears of the God, or tears of the Buddha, tears of the nature, whatever, express deeply sorrowful feelings from her. Actually, the water play is very interesting. If you straight forward your hand, it's the pianissimo. If you do it like this, it's mezzo forte. If you do this, it's forte. So, for example, if you do like this, it's really, really pianissimo. It's almost like a dream, drips in the dream. And if you do this, it's become much louder. And if you do this, it's really, really loud. The cell phone concerto, The Secret of Wind and the Birds, I wrote in Singapore actually a few years ago when I was commissioned by American National Youth Orchestra to write a piece for the young people. Then I said, they are going to tour to China, the National Orchestra of US, and they want me to write something for both youth orchestra and both American young youth and the Chinese youth, they can share. Then I thought maybe. Actually, I couldn't find the answer. Till last time, actually, I was in Singapore for the Singapore Festival. Actually, I see a Da Vinci show here, exhibition. And when I get into the Da Vinci exhibition, I see the words by Da Vinci. If you want to know how birds fly, you got to know how wind blow. I find it's very interesting. The science and the arts, the artist and the scientist, the nature and the music are always somehow as a permanent pair, you know. So I decided to write a birds. But then I found the birds, you know, they are much older than the human beings. Actually, in the ancient time, we always believe the birds are the translator between the nature and the human being. So that's why I decided maybe to use in bird song, but it will be recomposed with ancient instruments of Chinese. But it's very funny, all the ancient Chinese instruments, the first piece, when they invented their music playing, it's always a bird song, because they believe the birds were the translator of the nature and the human being. So I used that Chinese song, Chinese instrument song, actually recorded into cell phone and put in the WeChat, WhatsApp, and lines or whatever. Then people download, and when they play back this Chinese instruments of bird song, it sounds like a digital forest of thousands of birds, and that's very, very amazing. Yeah, So that will be the centerpiece. Yeah. In order to have this unbelievable sound of digital birds produced by those cell phone, by everybody actually, and I will give a sign for everybody. Before, of course, you have to download the bird sound from a certain method, and after your bird, I will actually doing this, and when I doing this goes to you, and you will start. So I will be here. You know, so it's manually cueing the cell phone parts by parts of the audience, and it's amazing. Actually, the sounds is surreal because it's all birds, but they're very, very digital. But meanwhile, are very, very organic. They are all ancient instruments played, bird sound.